Chapter 41, Hugging the Neglected Health. After the group made their way back to the main area of the creek, Craig is still thinking of another place for Steven to go to. He's relieved his pink vision has stopped after almost half an hour, however, he can't deny it'll happen again, being more powerful than before. Luckily, it won't stop him from continuing the day knowing he's in a better mood than this morning. Out of the places I can think of are Cardboard City, Splintery Butt, and Rainbow Alley, Craig responded, but right now we should stick to the people who's walking around. That is true since not everyone always has one place to stay, Steven smiled, but what is Rainbow Alley? It's a battlefield for every kid for themselves by using paintballs as the weapon, Kelsey answered. Kenneth bites his lip with the idea. As much as I would enjoy playing battlefields for realsies, I don't want my clothes to have paint stains. You don't have to play. Then again, I also have college, so I'll also pass, Conley replied. I didn't say you can't join us, you can watch us, Craig smiled. Still not something they would spend no time, cuz, Bryson responded. Just giving out suggestions. We can work out by meeting other kids, Armor added. There's still plenty more. As the group looked around, Steven noticed 3 kids wearing scout uniforms not too far off in the distance. His memory from 4 days ago when Bernard gave him a tour, he was one of the kids who walked past him among others. He met nearly all the kids from that day, but not the kid with the scout uniform. In order to give Kenneth a slightly better impression from the truth, he walked past Craig much to his surprise. Steven, Craig reacted. I found someone. Steven smiled. Follow me. The group took his word as they followed from behind. Should we make sure we check the other side to see if people are following the rules? Tony wondered. Later, Jason responded while pointing at the ground. The creek's right here could be the same as it was, even after capturing the flag, mostly. Then he took notice of Steven walking up to him with a smile on his face, especially when he came to the creek the other day. Well, Steven responded, you 3 would have missed out the healthier side of me. As Craig and the others walked up to him from behind, he witnessed the junior forest scouts. Oh, Craig responded. Jason. It's not that bad of a choice, JP commented. Steven Universe. Jason looked up at Steven. We've heard a lot of things about you since your visits to the creek. Not really a surprise anymore, Steven responded. My point is, we want the creek to be as safe as it gets. We won't bring up what you did recently, but we really need to prevent any more problems, Tony added. But I've been thinking of wanting to see you for who you really are. So these kids know you were around, Kenneth asked. Yes, Steven answered. Truth be told, Steven, if you're willing to continue hiking around the creek, you better keep people safe as you might claim to be. What do you mean to claim to be? Craig chimed in. Jason, I was with him nearly 2 days ago, and while yes, it wasn't all great, there were some, he turned to Kenneth, who turned to him, scenes, he turned back to Jason, but he's really a nice person when he's healthy on the outside. Healthy on the outside? Jason turned back to Steven. I would give you a chance, but we have other things to do. We don't want to follow you. We're the Junior Forest Scouts. We take our honor more seriously than anyone else in the creek, Tony added as Boris nodded while moaning. Is that a little too much bravery? Steven responded. It makes us feel better, voice nodded again as Steven took notice. Okay, Steven making an awkward smile. I would say you're the toughest kids here, but no one is coming after you. I still don't believe that, Jason retorted. Injuries still can happen when you don't have your parents look after you when you need them. Steven's group remained silent from the response, including Craig. Were your parents poor? Steven asked. No, but they never paid attention to me. Jason took a deep breath with his bravery slowly going away. I wish I would have told Craig about this sooner when I got the chance. Craig slowly walked up next to Steven. You never had support from your parents? Even as a junior forest scout, Connie added. No, Jason signed again. I kept it to myself, but when Capture the Flag ended with our team winning, though there aren't a lot of problems around like it used to be, people were connecting more, and I saw how healthier the creek got thanks to our victory. Granted, not everyone, but I'm not part of the health. Craig felt stunned while Steven was surprised at how Jason felt. Health is incredibly important, Kenneth commented. I've learned more about it since high school. So did I, Connie added as she walked up to Jason, taking him by notice. I've been alone for so long before I met Steven, I got too invisible. She then leaned down to his level while giving him the truth about our parents. But I've had parents who aren't what? Jason reacted. Neglectful. Jason slowly streams down a tear from his eye, catching Steven and Connie's attention. She didn't mean to hurt your feelings, Steven responded. You still kind of pushed the line, Craig added. Jason slowly lowered his head with more tears coming out. Do you have any idea how I felt at home? Out here being a junior forest scout is what I can gain. 4 days ago, my emergency was to help someone from the other side of the creek that had to deal with his parents. There were a lot of parent problems with their kids from the other side, Tony commented. And learning it was about their parents being neglectful, it would have been my chance to help him. Jason then looked at Craig. You're never the comfort type. What do you mean? Craig responded. As in, you giving kids a hug. Ew, Kelsey reacted. Well, not the hugging type. You're kind of missing the point, Jessica commented. Jason took another deep breath as his tears continued to stream down. I never had a hug from my father. Just when Jason was about to turn around, Steven grabbed his arm. Leave me alone. Jason, relax, Steven responded. I can't relax. Steven grabbed his other arm, gently as he could feel him shaking. He had that feeling in the past, but never expected a kid younger than him would feel this. Look at me, Jason. Just look at me. Listen and trust Steven, Connie added. Jason attempted to stay still while paying attention to Steven. He tried to hold off any tears, but it was impossible. But it made Steven more willing to help him. It's okay to cry. I may know what it feels to gain comfort with my family, but I wished my mother would be more than that. As Kenneth paid attention to the scene, Jason attempted to respond to Steven's statement. Your mother doesn't love you that much, he spoke. She does. But when I figured out the truth, it got harder for me to appreciate her. And when I get older, I've learned to search for who I really want to be. Even by any means, leaving my family behind. Steven took a deep breath while Jason couldn't get over his permanent family life. You've been traveling, like my father? Yes, and you've never been on a family trip? Not once. Wow, Connie responded. I kind of relate how that feels. I've been on family trips. I've always thought you've been on trips like everyone else here. But I thought wrong, Quake commented. No one would believe me if I told them that, Jason said. I wouldn't be an actual junior forest scout in the eyes of everyone. He then looked at his badges. I want to put my foot down towards everyone just to be recognized, no matter how hard me and the scouts were. Stephen admires Jason's honesty. Much to the scout's surprise, he wrapped his arms around him, hugging him as Jason's eyes slowly opened wide. Stephen closed his eyes as he felt Jason slowly but surely shaking less as Kenneth felt surprised along with the others. Is this your first real hug? Connie asked as Jason nodded. In response, Connie wrapped her arms around him. Let it heal your body and mind. It still feels nice to hug a kid. It's true. So true. Stephen spoke softly. The comfort all around him made Jason smile as he closed his eyes slowly, wrapping his arms around Stephen and Connie. Thank you. Man, JP responded. Stephen and Connie really make hugs more precious and comfortable. How come you've never felt that, Quake? Kelsey asked. What Jason said, I'm not the comfort type. Quake then remembered days ago when Stephen hugged him. I just never knew what it felt like. Well, Kenneth spoke while smiling, I can see he'll give comfort to people who really need it. Kenneth then leaned down to the other side, hugging Jason as Stephen took notice. I'm not against people giving comfort to others. Do you like support systems? He wondered. Yes, granted I'm not the type, but that doesn't mean I can't like them. Stephen smiled from his response. Can't argue with that. He then turned to Quake, whom he took notice of. Come on, join in, it's not that bad. I'm joining in on it, Jessica smiled as she joined in the hug. Stephen and Kenneth gave space for Jessica to join in as there's enough space for Quake. Quake slowly walked up to the group, slowly opening his arms wide as he gave Jason a hug, thus allowing Stephen and Kenneth to rewrap their arms. At first, Quake felt weirded out, but knowing about Jason's problem, he can feel it. He slowly closed his eyes, giving in the hug like his sister. Know how it feels? Stephen spoke. Yes, I do, Quake responded. Thanks, Quake, Jason signed. Is this gonna take a while, Jason? Tony asked. Give me a few more minutes. You sure? Because we still have work to do. I really need this. Boris began to tear up from the moment itself as he decided to join in, wrapping his arm around Stephen and Connie much to their surprise, but Leo accepted it. Okay, if it'll make you more mentally healthy. You've learned about mental health, Armor asked. Yes, it's just Jason doesn't want me to help him with that. Probably because it won't help, Bryson added. After knowing him month after month, no, it won't. Huh, guess Stephen found out about something that Quake didn't, Kelsey smiled. We should see if they can do it together. How are we gonna do that? JP asked. I don't know. We need to expect the unexpected.